We'll get right into it because we try to keep this to 30 minutes and short and sharp and sharing a little bit of our experience. But what I wanted to do is maybe because we know some people watching the replay and some people brand new here and they're looking at this for the very first time. So I would like to ask Heather to tell us a little bit about the program and about this booklet that have 29 pages of information about the program. So for the new person, just shortly, Heather, can you just tell us a brief outline of the program, how it works?
Yes, definitely, Marie-France. So as some people may know, and maybe you don't, but Marie-France and I have been involved in health for over 25 years now. So we have learnt a lot along the way and experienced a lot along the way as well. And so we have that as our background, but also we both felt that we could put a program together that could really work for people based on our own experience of what we've been doing in the last 2 years, as well with some fasting and learning about different times to eat and what foods to actually eat to benefit your weight loss. And so we came together with this idea. And of course, with our background in Modere, we knew what supplements would actually benefit the program as well to give those additional results. And so we really think that we've got something here that can benefit people to slim down just by eating the right foods at the right time and knowing a little bit more about how your body works when it's not constantly having to digest food. And so as people share on the call today, you'll hear that the results are coming in. It's not just Marie-France and I, everyone is getting some great results, and it's a bit of retraining for the body as well. So we're really excited for people to give it a go. It's a good kickstart, a good reboot, good to detox. It's also a really good way if you want to start to lose a little bit of weight just to get that ball rolling.
Exactly. And all of the information really is in this booklet, and it's got a lot, and we have food lists and we have products, of course, that support you. So it's a complete guide. And as we progress, of course, we always have discussion of, oh, maybe that's another extra thing we can explain. So there will be a continuous improvement of this program as well. But so what I'd like to do at this point, thank you, Heather, for just the outline of the program, but we want to hear about all of you because so there's some new people that are just starting and a couple of people I see here that have been a couple of weeks. So who's going to share a little bit about their week on the program? Karen, you look ready. Go ahead. Yes.
Look, so both my partner and I, so everybody who knows him calls him Farmer Steve. And so Farmer Steve and I have been on this for 3 weeks now. And so, look, the first 2 weeks were great because we could see definite dropping. We like to say the dropping of the kilos. He has continued. Look, this week for me has been a bit of a plateau, and where I've sort of like stayed, I've maintained that weight. Had a few things on. It's my last week with my employer this week. I've still got Monday to go. So we had a few days where we would sort of have a little special treat in the staff room and things like that. But then I knew what else I had to do. Just thought, oh, okay, I don't want to go backwards. So I knew what I had to do to maintain that, taking into consideration those special days that we had. Now, I'm totally cool with that. I mean, I'm nearly having released nearly 4 kilos in 3 weeks. So
That's
not something to be sneezed about. Yeah, I'm just loving that. I'm actually going in for gallbladder surgery on Tuesday. So that was one of my aims. That was a goal for me, to be able to drop a couple of kilos just before that. I was just keyhole surgery, but still. a removal of an organ. So I consider it to be quite important. So yeah, that was one of my goals. For going on this program, and it's been great.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. You're doing so well, you and Steve. It's good to see also your participation with the group, and when like it's, I think it's just such a part of it, the community, when we come all and share and show what we've prepared for the lunch, and that's really a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Steve there. Steve came
Hi.
off.
Hey.
Steve's in his first week,
Yeah,
and
I started
yes,
on Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
So I've dropped 1.5 or 1.6 kilos so far as of this morning. So I'm very happy with it.
Wow. So can I ask you a couple of questions, Steve?
Of course you can.
Okay. Well, first, Steve has been with us, with the company for 25 years, the same as Heather here. And there's quite a few others on the program too. That's been so long. And Steve lives in Melbourne, for those that didn't know Steve. And he's an engineer. So what was your initial expectation and your goals to start with?
I used to be quite an active runner, and when I was running, my weight was down, around about 75 kilos, which is a healthy weight for me.
Yeah.
When I stopped running, and I stopped running for most ludicrous reasons, is that when they had the COVID shutdowns, the running group that I was with, we couldn't run together. So I just, that's it, I'm out. Since then, the weight's just been putting on and putting on and putting on. And, I feel fat and lethargic, and this is stupid. And I would just try half-heartedly to watch what I'm eating or get back into running or whatever, and nothing would work long term. The support of a group, I thought, okay, so I want to get back down to that 75 kilos. So I need to drop 9 or so kilos. So, this last few days has really shown me that I can do it.
Yes, absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the tips or strategy that you found were helpful for you for your first week? Was there anything that
the group support is
yeah,
is really helpful. Like, for me, just to say, that I'm not doing it on my own. There are other people facing other challenges. And so tapping into the group quite often during the day, it's just important to tap in, because it's a trigger. It reminds me to get on track.
And by the way, Steve, we really appreciate your nice video that you did this week in the Facebook group. And that was lovely because there's lots of women here, so that was so nice for a change to see a bloke and
we are waving the flag.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we love your participation in the group for sure. Challenges or obstacles that you faced so far?
The challenges is the mind chatter, telling my head that I don't need to eat just now. I can
wait,
hold off for another half an hour. On Friday, I didn't eat until quite late for various reasons, which meant that I couldn't break my fast until about 12 or after 12 yesterday. And boy, oh boy, was that mind chatter going.
wow.
But I stuck to it and I got there, so I'm happy with that.
You know what's the good news? I can promise you, Steve, that it will happen again, and you won't even realize that, oh, what's happening? It's 1 p.m. and I didn't think of eating yet. It will happen. This is how this works. So it's interesting, isn't it?
Yes. It's funny. I was speaking to my partner Christine before I eaten. And she said, so have you had anything to eat? I said, no. And she said, what? It's crazy. I don't want you to fall over, but I'll be okay. I'm not going to fade away to nothing overnight.
Exactly. There's so many benefits about fasting, and that's just another talk that we can have also, because there's so many benefits. And no, you won't faint, you won't get sick or anything, but when you talk to someone about it that hasn't done it, or it's a new information for them, they think it's really way out there, but it's not. It's quite
not
simple.
No.
Yeah. So Steve, what encouragement or what advice would you give to the new person that is just starting?
Have it clear in your mind what you actually want to achieve, and stick with it until you get there. You just need to do it and have it clear in your mind that this is what I want to do for my health, my flexibility, for my appearance. This is what I want to do, and don't let the other stuff get in the way.
Yeah, and look at the end results and how happy that it makes you feel when you imagine yourself achieving. Keep that in mind. Or maybe putting a photo of yourself in your best shape when you thought, wow, boy, I did look good at that time, or in that suit or in that dress. Then stick that on your fridge or inside the fridge. So when you open it, you see that and you go, I want this.
Yes.
Okay, close the door.
I've got a couple of lovely shirts that I love to wear. They don't sit right, and I just think I just want to be comfortable in those shirts again.
Yes, exactly. Wow.
Well, there's your incentive, Steve.
That's right, Hannah. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. Now,
thank you.
We're going to hear from Hanna. Now the mic is working, I think.
Yeah, I finally got it going. Yeah.
Bravo.
Okay, so I've had a challenging week because I've had a lot of social things on this week. An 80th birthday luncheon on Wednesday, which was at a Thai restaurant. So that wasn't too difficult because I just ordered a garlic oyster sauce stir fry with vegetables and prawns.
Yeah. And
with that came the boiled rice, which I knew was a no-no, but I still had the boiled rice. It could have been worse. I could have had fried rice. And then the birthday cake was actually pavlova, so I did have a little bit of pavlova as well.
Yeah.
So that was Wednesday. Then Thursday we were invited out to Lake Conjola to my girlfriend's place for afternoon tea, and she had a beautiful spread. She knew we were on diet, so she asked me beforehand, what can you eat? And I said, well, can you have fruit? I said, well, not really, but anyway, she had a lovely platter with everything, cheeses and nuts and biscuits and fruit, and it was really, really nice. So that was Thursday, and then last night we went out for dinner with friends we hadn't caught up with since before COVID. Yesterday, I weighed quite heavy yesterday. I've always found that if you do something wrong, it's not the next day the scales show, it's the day after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I find that too.
So yesterday I weighed quite heavy and I thought, oh, well, okay. But then I did drink a lot of water, and then I weighed this morning and I got back to what I was last Sunday morning. So that was my 4 kilo weight loss.
Bravo.
So it was,
wow.
Yeah. So it's been 4 kilo in 3 weeks now. It was 4 kilo in 2 last week. But when I look at the week I've had, yes, it doesn't matter. I found drinking the water has got easier for me. That was a challenge for me at first. The fasting isn't, because we've been doing it for so long. We've been doing fasting here for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
We sometimes go 17 hours. We might finish, say, at 9 o'clock and then not eat again till 2 the next day. So we can go that long because we're used to the fasting now, and we're finding we're only having 2 meals like we did before. We've been having an omelette around 1 o'clock, and we put lots of mushrooms, tomato. What else? I put parsley, chives, I have put baby spinach in it. So we have a really good omelette with 2 eggs, and then nothing till tea time. But then I do find I get a bit hungry around 8:30. That's when I do get sometimes into the nuts, sometimes too many nuts, which can be a problem.
Yes.
If I feel like something sweet, I'll have the hot chocolate drink.
Yeah, the hot chocolate is very satisfying, huh? After
Yeah,
dinner.
it is. It's not new for me. I've done all this before. It's just got me back into gear again, I suppose, to get some more weight off, because I had kept my previous 15 kilo off with fasting and basically eating what I wanted to within reason. Okay, so I know the fasting does work. Now I want to get more off, so that's why I'm sticking now to a diet as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. What I wanted to point out here is that it's called 5 days slim down. So, and that's why the food list is a little bit more restricted. And sometimes we're having conversations, I'm sure it's happened with all of you here, with other people, and when we talk about, oh, I can't eat before that time, or I don't eat before that time, then they think it's crazy because they've not heard of it. But also, an example here, the friend says, oh, you can have fruit, and you go, oh no, I can't have fruit, and they go, now they really think that what you're doing is crazy and that you're going to be sick doing that thing, because like, who says fruit aren't healthy? But there's a lot of confusion out there between what's healthy and what's weight loss. If we think of, let's say, the honey, it's natural, but it still have calories. And so, of course, the reason is for the sugar content. Of course, fruit is healthy and good for you, and we want to eat the fruit, and they are in the maintenance. But that's why that craziness, that restriction that we have, it's a 5 days. So anybody can do something for 5 days. Anybody. And anybody that does what we've got in this program for 5 days, they will drop. We all do. Steve already won more than 1.5. And Karen 4, Hannah's 4. We, like, everybody is losing some kilos, especially when you first start. Especially when you first start straight after Christmas. Like, you probably indulge a little bit too much. So, of course, we're going to drop more. But I want to talk about the maintenance, and maybe we'll have to think of another name also for maintenance, because it's more of a way of life. We don't want to think of this program as a restriction, and I'm not permitted and I cannot eat this or I cannot do that, because it's a negative programming. So sometimes, even in conversation with people out there, when we explain, just, maybe sometimes it's better not to say too much, because then they're going to feed you back more negative information because they don't understand yet. Like some person, I just invite them for the checking out the 5 day slim down. Oh, I eat healthy all the time and I don't believe in those, but she doesn't even know what's in the program, but she thinks that 5 day drop is not healthy. And so sometimes we have to protect ourselves when we have conversations out there, to just to say enough to say, oh, I'm just doing a little bit of a cleanse and I'm just going to stick to the water until lunchtime. Just putting it that way, just making it that we don't attract too many comments. It's important that protects you. And also, but for your self-talk as well is important, not to be like depriving, or I can't have that, or we don't eat this. Like, you might tell yourself that, oh, I eat some fruits on the weekend and I enjoy it, and things like that. So the way that we even think about the program, it's important that it's a way of life and it's a way of changing how we live and how, because I mean, I don't know for all of you here, but for me, the fasting is a thing, permanent thing. It's not a thing for 5 days for me, because I know the benefits and I know that it works. And I know that even on the maintenance, we have a maintenance list in the booklet. And maintenance list has a lot of nice, good things that we can have. And I can say that I know that we have Kerry in New Zealand. She's not here on the call today, but she's done 5 days slim down, 5 days. But she started from about 3 weeks ago, like same time as we started. Now she's had 2 full weeks of maintenance and she's dropped more than 1 kilo now following the maintenance list. So really, it's a way of life. And this is not something that we do temporary. The 5 day slim down, yes, but this is not something that is temporary. So Hanna, what do you say? All those health benefits that you know that are so great for the fasting.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that, Marie-France, when you were talking, because like for me and you, and I'm sure that the others too, it is so much more than just the weight loss. Like the weight loss is fantastic, and that's why I initially started. But the more I learned about the benefits of fasting, the more I could see how great it is for our health. And it's such an anti-aging thing to do. Like, it doesn't matter how many creams and lotions and potions and things that you put on the outside. This is something that we do that works from the inside. And if I'm allowed to have a little brag here, we actually got ourselves some scales that do everything, basically, you know, like they measure everything. And so my metabolic age is 39. And I'm
Wow.
actually 51.
Okay, that was the next question.
Yeah. And so, like, I know obviously the nutritional products I've been taking have helped, but I also know that, like, I believe that the fasting has made a big difference to that as well. And something to be aware of too, and this was what I was reading the other day, that we have two metabolisms. So we have a metabolism that works when we eat, and then we also have another metabolism that kicks in when we're fasting. So for people that think, oh, like if I'm not having 6 meals a day, well, then my metabolism, that's not how it actually works. So there's just getting back to the benefits of the fasting, like it is anti-aging, but it's also going to help if you've got any sort of health issues going on. Like I know some people have already said into the group that they've noticed their inflammation is down, you know, and that is also attributed to the fact that we've got lots of alkalizing foods, we've got alkalizing supplements that we're suggesting, we're getting the digestive system working with the supplements we're suggesting. But yeah, like you might actually find that if you've previously had a lot of brain fog, or you just, you know, you weren't thinking very clearly, that oftentimes with the fasting, that will improve. If you've got a big presentation that you need to do, it's actually better to do in that fasting period, because your mind is actually working a lot better. So there's so many great benefits to the fasting. Some of them I just can't think of at the moment, but it is worthwhile to just do a little bit of research to find out. Of course, you'll find the negative, as you always do, with why you shouldn't fast, but there's so many positive resources out there, lots of great short videos on YouTube that you can watch. And I know, like, for some people that do the longer fasting, even like the 24 hours, believe it or not, the 36-hour fast, all these, you know, just water fasts, like there's a whole range of things that you can do. sometimes when they're feeling a bit hungry, they actually go onto YouTube and watch a video about fasting so that they know how good it is for their body, and then that gets them through until they feel hungry again. Yeah, so there's lots of resources. So if you're educated, then you can explain it to other people, the benefits of it. But I agree, Marie-France, some people will think that you're crazy.
Yep.
And just remember that you have got plenty of food on your body to get you through when you're not eating. And a lot of it is around our organs. We don't even know that it's there, but that will actually be used for energy when we're fasting.
Wow. Fantastic. Yes, it's just amazing how all the difference that it makes, and it's maybe important to take note of all the different little change that are happening, because we tend to forget. And so was that you, Karen, that was saying about that you felt in your hips and the difference, huh? Yes?
Yeah, totally. So look, I also take the liquid biocell, which is fantastic, and it's funny, you never notice it until you stop doing something. Like, so I've been doing all this, and I hadn't it took about a week to realize. I thought, oh, I haven't been having that discomfort. I haven't been having that pain this week. And but then if you do the opposite, if you stop taking it, wow, that hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, no, definitely. And I think this has been really good, because we know you lose a couple of kilos, it's going to be less strain on your body. So therefore, that is why. But yeah, no, avid supporter of the liquid biocell as well.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, everybody, thank you for sharing today with us. It's always good to hear the struggle and the success as well. And for those that are looking at this for the first time, please reach out to the person that invited you to watch this video here, or the person that shared with you the information. There's Heather there and myself that, you know, I'm sure you can reach out to. And we have a Facebook group that is separate to our normal one, that is just for the 5-day Slimdown Kickstart program. And there's a lot of interaction in there, people sharing. And we also have a little separate chat group where everybody just encourage and support each other. And so it's a fun community, and that's what makes it work, because we're all supporting each other and working together as a community. And so, and it's great. And of course, when we have new people, it's fantastic, so they can see that other people are getting the results, and they can also feel very welcome, because we all support and encourage each other in the groups. So if you're watching this and you're ready to go, please reach out. We're here to support you and help you, and we'll invite you into the other group. So thank you to my co-host, Heather, and thank you for all our people here, Steve and Hanna and Karen, for sharing today on the call. And we'll see you again next week. Let's do this. Have a great week. Let's slim down. Woo.
Thank you. Good luck with your operation, Karen.
Thank you very much for that, Hannah. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, yes.
I had mine done 18 years ago, so I hope yours is successful.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good
you.
week.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.